And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It's the first installment under the tutelage of Michael Demster of the Coach's Corner for the East Palestine Bulldogs. He joins us right now with good news. It sounds like the Bulldogs, things are kind of moving back into place in East Palestine.
That's the goal. That is the goal. We have numbers up. Kids are practicing hard. Community has been super supportive and behind us all the way. So, that's the foundation that we're trying to establish right now.
So, you took over, it feels like just yesterday. What's it been like? It's been a whirlwind, right?
Yeah. It's been fast. Fortunately for me, again, this is my, the second go around, and the first time I was hired as well. My first job was a late hire too. So I've been in this situation before, and the second time around, it's kind of helped me realize what I have to prioritize and what our focus needs to be on early. And, like I said, I like where we're at right now. I like where we're at.
What have been some of the obstacles that obviously from being a late hire you've had to face from your perspective, from a coaching perspective, coaching staff, recruiting? What is it?
The hardest part for me was I'm very particular about what we need.
Gotcha.
So getting us up to par from a technological standpoint, getting technology into the program so it's easier to distribute information, video, etc. Was our number one priority. Getting our junior high kids new uniforms that just came in yesterday. They look really sharp. So our junior high will have brand new uniforms when they take the field this year. And then really recruiting, getting these numbers up, trying to get kids out. And, over the course of the last month, we've had, 5-6 new kids join. So we're sitting just under 30, which is where we wanted to be, right around 30 going into the season. So we're awfully close to that. And just really, really pleased with how the kids have responded, the coaches have responded, and the direction we're going right now.
I'm a nerd when it comes to tech stuff. So talk to me about the tech you guys need and want.
Well, we've got 2 new iPads.
Okay.
So that way we will have those. We'll do all our recording on our iPads, both our tight and our wide. That way we can upload them instantly. We have just gotten Huddle Sideline. So now we do have iPads up in the box. We're able then to see, what the other team is giving us, the looks they're giving us, what they're doing offensively, what we're doing well, what we're not doing well throughout the course of the game. And to me, those are imperative things. Those are things that you absolutely have to have if you want to be competitive.
So when you talk about uniforms, just for your 7th and 8th grade, that goes a long way.
Yeah, we got great numbers there.
Yeah.
We're well over 30 kids down there just in 2 grades, and we want all those kids to stay. And we want those kids coming up through 5th and 6th grade to see those, those junior high kids out there looking sharp and want to be a part of that. So that kind of falls under the recruiting aspect of just making your program marketable. And giving kids some inspiration, a reason to want to stay and play at East Palestine.
So flip the switch is the motto this year. Talk about that, how that came about.
So I'm really big on conditioning and practicing through a format that is similar to a game style. So, a game situation, a play is going to last anywhere from 7 to 10 seconds. So in between, I tell them to turn it off, flip the switch off, on our way back to the huddle or to the sideline, we reflect, we take a moment, gather ourselves, get the play back to line scrimmage. But as soon as that ball snaps, you're flipping the switch again. And it's all you got for 7 to 10 more seconds. So that's kind of been the theme. We've approached all of our practice style like that. So we lift like that. We do offense, defense like that. Like I said, it's become kind of our motto, our mantra this year, where when we take the field, we're calm, we're smooth, we're relaxed until it's time to flip the switch.
See, this is the first year I've seen East Palestine really be out there on social media. First program really been out there. There's a little bit of swagger. I dig it. Talk to me about that and kind of what you're trying to accomplish with that social media.
Sure. Well, I got to give all the credit to our offensive line coach, Jim Hall. He's a marketing guy by trade. That's what he does for a living. And he has just done an exceptional job with our social media, our Facebook page. And again, that's just part of integrating technology back into the program, giving the community an opportunity to see what's going on, providing some transparency a little bit. It's a great idea to get your information out quickly. Our fundraisers, we're able to get out there. Our website, we're able to push out through that. All our thank yous for, again, everything this community has done for us in my short time here. We've been able to do that all through our social media. And again, it's creating a little hype and giving kids a reason and making them excited to play East Palestine Bulldog football.
Will that continue out through the season, or is that
That's
something
the goal?
Okay.
That's the goal. We want that to be a year-round thing. That's our hub for communication. Like I said, Jim's done a great job with that, and we do plan to continue that. That's a year-round thing for us.
Are you going to put I don't know, highlights or things like that, featuring kids and things of that nature?
That's the goal.
Okay.
That is the goal. We would like to use that again to highlight players,
Sure.
to get the information out, to anything that we, as a part of a program, want our public to see.
Gotcha.
That's how we are going to get that out to them. And so far, the response has been fantastic. And like I said, Jim gets all the credit in the world. He's done a fantastic job with that.
You talked about the fundraiser donation drive. How is that going for you? And what were your expectations for that going in? And where does it go to?
I am so proud of this community right now. They have just gone above and beyond what I ever anticipated in terms of, monetary funds that have been donated to the program. The Roadhouse donated a steak dinner for seniors and coaches this past weekend. Between individual parents, people that are out of town have been able to donate money through our virtual online page, pledge page. So it's just been fantastic. I've been almost overwhelmed with the amount of support, both just from a financial standpoint, but also just from a standpoint that, that they're behind these kids. And it's so important for these kids to see that, to develop confidence.
You mentioned just under 30 kids this year, obviously 30 being the goal the first time you came in. Just missed it, but it's one of those things where it's never too late to join the Bulldogs.
Absolutely.
From a recruitment standpoint, what was, I don't want to say the challenges, but how did you go about getting those numbers up based on what's in that school already? One
thing that we did, we sent a letter, and I signed almost 200 letters to each kid that is enrolled in the district, and just kind of explain to them our goal, our mission, what we're trying to accomplish, and we'd love to have them out there. So that helps. But the number one thing we can do as recruiting is, as coaches, be consistent with our approach, because word of mouth from these kids is the best thing that we can have. And I think the word of mouth has probably generated more new players than anything else. So that's up to us to maintain that consistency, keep working hard as a coaching staff, and make sure these kids are working hard, but having fun and being treated with respect. And I think if we can do that, they buy in, and they have bought in 100%. And then, again, they tell their friends, hey, you got to come check this out. And that's really been a real key point for us in terms of recruiting this year.
Now, from a coaching standpoint, you and your staff have to be a little bit more patient, because some of these kids probably haven't played football, or it's been a while since they've touched the pigskin.
Yeah, and we are, but we also have expectations. Mm-hmm. You have to have a bar, and we set the bar different for every kid, but for the team, that bar has been set high. And when they achieve that level of success, then you raise the bar again. So we are patient, but we also have talent on this football team. It's not like we have we're talentless. We've got some really great young talent. We've got some really solid upperclassmen who are just eager to win. So it's just a matter of us putting it all together on Friday nights.
How many seniors this year?
We have 6 currently,
okay,
which is a good start for us. Of those 30, a lot of them are sophomores. So our sophomore class is probably our biggest class right now. And there's going to be a lot of sophomores on the field. And fortunately for us, a lot of those sophomores played as freshmen. So it's not like they're stepping on the field for the first time ever as a 10th grader. And that's key for us too. You can't coach experience. And
from your standpoint, I know you're big on leadership on the field. Who are those leaders going to be this year?
Well, we just, picked 3 captains, Eddie Buskirk and Landon Price. I'm drawing a blank now, but those 3 captains have really stepped up and done a great job. And even our seniors who aren't captains have done a really great job of stepping up and just being those role models, showing them, it's their last year. They know that their time is limited, and they know that they have an opportunity this year to turn things around, and they want to be a part of that. So, and that there's expectations for those younger players, I'm sure. Absolutely. I mean, in big positions. I mean, you look at Owen Uriachi, he's going to be one of your main contributors on offense and defense, I would imagine. What conversations have taken place with those guys and expectations you've put on them, being that they're just sophomores? Yeah, well, we just need them to do their job. Yeah. Leadership comes with confidence. So the more confident they get, the more success they end up having. Ultimately, the better leaders they'll end up becoming as well. But it's really been top to bottom, 9 through 12. All these kids have just bought in. I've been so impressed with the work ethic, the commitment to the program, and them having a willingness to do anything that we ask them to do has just really been exceptional. So when you look at it, this is a team now. When people look at history, I know we've talked about turning that page. One game, one victory in the last 3 years. Your expectations for this year, what do they look like? What do you talk to the team about on a daily basis? Well, these kids got to realize that their future is much bigger than their past, and to be honest, we don't even talk about the past.
Right.
You know, I wasn't here. A lot of these kids weren't here. Some of these coaches weren't here.
Yeah.
So what happened in the past is irrelevant to us. All we know is what we are right now, the direction we're going right now, and that's the trend we want to continue to focus on moving into week one.
It's easy for coaches to come in, and I'm not saying you, but typically first-year coach will come and say, we just want to be competitive. What do you say?
Well, of course we want to be competitive. You know, no coach, or no player, or anybody who's involved with this game practices their tail off and puts the amount of time in that they do to lose. Mm-hmm. So we want to compete. We want to win. Our expectations are realistic, but we also think that realistic is a lot more than what it's been in the past. So for us, you know, we'll take it 1 week at a time. That's all we really can do. So, you know, this week we're focused on Matthews. We scrimmage them this Friday night. And then Saturday morning, we will turn our focus to Malvern, ready for week one. So as long as we can approach it week to week, well, you know, with one opponent at a time, and our motto has also been, let's just get 1% better every day. And if we can get 1% better every day by the time we kick off with Malvern, it should be a good game. So
from your standpoint, week one, I know you're focused on Matthews in the scrimmage, but what are some of the things you want to accomplish in the scrimmage to get prepared for? Like, you're looking at idealistically and saying, hey, we have to do this to be ready for week one.
Just execution.
Gotcha.
Execution on both sides of the ball. You know, we scrimmaged Waterloo last Saturday, and our kids performed well. They were very competitive. They played hard. They played physical, but there's still mistakes being made. And we don't expect any game to be perfect. You know, these are teenage boys. We're human beings. None of us are perfect. But as long as we can continue to improve on the mistakes from the week prior, and from what I have seen this week, the mistakes that we made, you know, Saturday against Waterloo, we've really emphasized this week, and we want to see that show up on film on Saturday. And then from there, we'll take what was broken then, and we'll try to fix that moving into Malvern. And that's just our philosophy. Again, week to week, 1% better every single day, and fix what you can.
We can certainly appreciate that. Let's step off the field. Let's talk a little bit about, I mean, you haven't had much of a summer to do anything from a family standpoint, but what's one thing that you did this summer to step away and kind of take it all in with your two lovely kids and your lovely wife?
We did take a trip to Ocean City.
Okay.
We've got some good friends that we go on vacation with every year here in town. And so the 9 of us went to Ocean City at the end of June. We're outdoorsy people. So, we have Sundays off. So with Sundays off, we get the kayaks out a lot. We like to go float and do a lot of fishing, you know, just soak up the outside. We've done some camping this summer. So I've really tried to, you know, going into this job, before I took this job, I sat down with my family and we kind of discussed how we were going to go about this, how we can ensure that we have balance in both our family life and the professional aspect for both my wife and I. And I'm very proud of my family and the way that we have been able to balance both work and play this summer. We had a lot of fun. We did a lot of things, but we also got a lot done from a professional standpoint as well.
I love it, man. All right. That was week one, episode 1 of Coach's Corner with Michael Demster. Again, check out the Bulldogs this year. Sounds like you guys are going to be up and around and being competitive and ultimately being out there, which we've never seen before. So we're excited for that. How can people follow East Palestine Bulldogs on Facebook or other?
You know, it's EP Bulldog Football. Just jump on there with Facebook. And, you know, we're home the next 2 Friday nights, 7 o'clock. So come out and check out the 2022 version of the Bulldogs.
Love it. Coach, thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me, DJ.